Be with us this morning. Next, we're going to pay a visit to the Akron-based Weatherhead 100 winning firm, Main Street Muffins. Cindy was there earlier this week. Cindy?
Two young entrepreneurs at the age of 27 started a small establishment in downtown Akron, and through the years they have creatively financed and developed the business into a thriving corporation. You see behind us here their new facility which recently opened. It's a $1.75 million building with 25,000 square feet and room to grow. And the way things have been going for them, they're going to need that room to grow. Let's go inside and speak to Steve Marks and Harvey Nelson to find out their key ingredients for their recipe of success.
Hi, Cindy.
Hi, Steve. This is Steve Marks, co-owner of Main Street Muffins.
Welcome to Main Street Muffins today. We're going to take you on a tour and show off our facility.
That would be great.
Follow me. Cindy, this is my partner Harvey Nelson and co-CEO.
Hi, Harvey. Nice to see you.
Hi, Cindy. Nice to meet you.
Is this where it all started?
This is it. This is the building. That's a picture from 1931.
What gave you the idea to start a business?
The city of Akron was offering various loans and various incentives to develop property in downtown Akron. We really weren't concerned so much with what to put in the building. We just wanted to develop the building, and we were at that time we noticed the trend of muffins in California, and we figured what was popular in California today will be popular in Ohio tomorrow. And really, our motive was to develop the building, and so we used muffin as the front to get the building off the ground.
How did you come up with that original $5,000 for the down payment?
True story. We used two Visa cards that coincidentally came in the mail that week. And subsequent cash advances really became our seed capital. So that's how we got started. We're not overly proud of the fact that we got the money that way, but that's the only mechanism we had at the time.
Great. Did you split the initial investment 50-50? That you each put in $2,500, or how did
I'm
that
pretty
work
sure it
out?
was just my Visa cards at the time.
However, I've been stockpiling about 5,000 Visa cards for the next big expansion.
Well, you've gone through several expansions over the years. How have you financed those?
We've been real fortunate with the kind of financing we've been able to get. We took advantage of the downtown development loan programs to renovate that building, which was prime -3, which is a pretty good rate, and we were able to attract close to $25,000 of matching grants from the city of Akron. Our second plant, we were able to use the 161 state program, and we're able to borrow at 4% over 20 years through the Akron Regional Development Program with their support. So we've been real fortunate to get good financing, and we had another great program with this building where we were able to use a taxable bond fund to get financing, which is right now below prime rate.
Okay, well, you've been lifelong friends, but Harvey, what made you want to take the plunge into becoming an entrepreneur?
I guess I'd already done a lot of different crazy things, and I always wanted to start my own business. The opportunity came up, and I thought I'd get in for a year, get out, be on my way. It's been longer than a year, though, but it's been a lot of fun.
Well, that's great. Well, you've definitely had a lot of successful years. Let's take a look to where you're at today.
Great. Let's go take a tour.
Well, you started as a single retail operation. How did you get from there to where you are today?
Actually, it's a pretty interesting story. One day a restaurateur came to us and said he wanted to buy our batter for his restaurant, take it back to his shop, and actually bake off the muffins and sell it to his retail customers. And we really looked at this as more of a threat than anything else. We didn't think that there was a lot of potential, so we made it very difficult for him. He said, you get here at 5 o'clock when we close, you bring your own buckets, and you bring a check, and if the stars are in the right alignment, we're going to sell you some muffin batter. And he showed up. Came back the next day, he wanted a different variety. And the next day, and the next day, and finally a light bulb went off, and we said, geez, maybe there's a business here somewhere. And that's how we really got into the wholesale batter business. But unfortunately, we were doing both the wholesale and retail segments, and rather than doing one segment adequately, we're doing both subpar. And it got to the point where we're starting to lose money, even though the wholesale business was rapidly increasing. So we made a conscious decision and actually decided to sell what was then 2 retail outlets, but we sold them under licensing arrangements, whereby people could use the name Main Street Muffins if they bought our product. So it was a built-in business for our wholesale business.
Great. So you had a base right there of customers to start to.
Right, and it got us out of the retail outlet, freed up our time and energy to devote our full-time talents to the wholesale batter business, which is an estimated $500 million business.
Wow. So how did you start marketing this to other businesses then?
Well, our first step was to find another outlet or another area to produce our products. So we ended up leasing with an option to buy a meat plant that we ended up doing production in, and it was perfect for our operation.
How much experience did you have at this point? Did you have problems getting financing at that point, or because You didn't have a lot of experience behind you, or how was it then?
Well, we're still using pretty much the Visa card system at that
Okay.
point, and we really weren't off the ground to the point where we could go and get legitimate financing, although we did get the 4% loan for 20 years to buy that meat plant, which was very beneficial. But it wasn't really after that time until we got able to get line of credits and really start using proper financing.
Well, here you are in your new facility. Let's take a look at how you're making your muffins.
Let's show you how muffins are made.
So this is where, this is how we mix it together. Ben's mixing up some blueberries. You can see how big our blueberries are. We spec them 5/8 inch or greater.
So you put those in frozen,
Put them in frozen, mix them together.
and this mixes both the wet and the dry ingredients at this point.
Right, everything gets mixed here. After it gets mixed, we still bucket it out by hand, just like we used to do. We weigh it out, and then it goes through a metal detector. Make sure nothing is, no metals in there, and we do there's all kinds of controls in here, quality assurance controls. Metal detector is one of them.
And then after you have them packaged in the buckets, where do they go after that?
After they get right into the freezer.
Our freezers are maintained at -10 to -15 below.
So it's immediately frozen once the product is packaged.
Within a short period of time, it's frozen, yeah.
And Cindy, remember, this is a trained professional. Not everybody can bucket like this. Don't try this at home.
Cindy, this is our test kitchen, and we've baked some product for you to try, which is a culmination of all the stages you've seen today.
Yep, help yourself.
Oh, I'd love to. Well, you've been on the Weatherhead 100 for 5 consecutive years. What do you attribute your success to?
I think really our success is attributable to our focus. Just like we divested of the retail back in 1990 and focused on just the wholesale batter business. And our big thing has been focus. We always felt that you can only do so many things in excellent fashion. So we don't want women to remain focused, and I think that's in large part.
We also have some fantastic employees that have really helped us get along the way, and everybody's still way behind us, and everybody works hard and keeps this place going.
Well, you've definitely put together the right ingredients for a successful recipe. So thanks for having us here today, and back to the studio to you, Charles. You look great.
Stay tuned. We'll be right back for a talk with Mal Mixon after this